This is to all of the damn single black men out there that keep hollering about they going out of the country to get them a wife. Y'all want me to talk? Y'all baby mama say, y'all better sit y'all ragged asses down because you owe child support. And they don't let y'all get no passports. So it don't look like y'all going nowhere. But so you might want to sit down and be content and do right and find you a black girl right here in this great United States because they ain't letting y'all asses go nowhere. Did I get it right, ladies? Did I get it right? Okay. That's from y'all baby mamas.
Right, so I was about to go to sleep, but before I go to sleep, I have to address one of the comments that came in on this video. My video was called Passport Bros 1 Summer 2022, and we posted receipts. It has 8.5K views, which is 8,500. And I've noticed that it gets about, I will say, about 500 to 600 views per day. On average, I'll say. It's growing. One thing I've noticed about YouTube, again, and I've always said this, when you want to be a YouTuber, if you're posting videos, you kind of have to post your content slightly randomly, and you have to cast a wide net. Sometimes the algorithm favors things that you wouldn't expect it to favor. Right now, Passport and Passport Bros is trending. Now, I was posting these videos just for the fun of it, not specifically to catch the algorithm, but just because I was having so much goddamn fun. So anyway, this video is doing pretty well, I'll say. And I think the majority of people, based on the analytics, are watching the whole video. The video is about 42 minutes long. So I got a couple of comments, and the one that I was focused on right now, which I haven't fully read, but I'm going to read for you right now, is from Lauren Clark. Let's see if Lauren Clark has a channel here. It says this person has 4 subscribers, and let's see if this person has any videos. Oh, this person does have some videos. Okay, let's see what Lauren Clark is like. It says, as a world traveler, writer, poet, theater, actress, researcher, and others, water is a source which has always been my guide. Whether it pertained to studies, family, her story, wellness, lessons learned, womanhood, culture, the essence of water has always been the foundation for my movements. As many more people awaken to the miracle, power, and strength of water, it is with great hope that the world move toward a path of healing. Well, my dear, that's not going to happen anytime soon. In fact, unfortunately, Charles Darwin was white. Evolution comes from conflict. I'm sorry, it just does. It's called conflict theory, or conflict theorists believe this. But anyway, a path, if not many, of restoration. A path with the feminine is recentered, and for there to be harmony among the feminine and masculine energy principles. Hopefully, water will guide more people to the rhythm, time, and natural beat of water? What? Removing us from the toxic structures which has removed much of humanity from our natural alignment with Earth. Let's realign ourselves to the natural beat, always allowing water to be our guide. Yeah, well, water is good for you, and water helps keep you alive. Unfortunately, too much of it, especially if it's bad water, can drown you or poison you. And let's just go right here real quick. So she did a September 11th thing 2 years ago. Water's welcome. She loves water, apparently. I don't know what that's about. So this is the person, Lauren Clark, who I'm responding to. So as you can see, my videos are hitting all types of nerves. My videos strike nerves. That's what they do. So anyway, let's get to this, where is it? Let's get to this, some of the Passport Bros that I personally... Was that? Okay, newest... Okay, Lauren Clark. Okay. As a young black American woman, educated traveler, your comments are biased, ugly, hurtful, and do not convey the entire picture. Beautiful, feminine, loving, and compassionate black American women who reside in these very same countries that you travel to are ignored by you all. You use that unfeminine mess. Listen, I'm okay. First, I'm going to stop right there. As far as I remember, unfeminine means to like make something not. Like when you put un in front of a word, like unzip, like when you zip something, that makes it. But when you un something, that means you unmake it. Men aren't making women unfeminine, okay? Women are doing a great job of making themselves unfeminine by themselves. In fact, I posted a poll. I did, I'm bouncing all around. But you know what? I'm not going to bounce around. I'm going to finish this first, and I'm going to go to this poll that I posted so you can see what I'm talking about. You use that unfeminine mess to justify not chatting with them or showing gentleman-like behavior. At the very root of your flight, well, first of all, when I fly business class. At the root of my flight is a $5,000 to $10,000 ticket, and one of the main reasons why I like to travel is because I don't have to fly the plane. I get to sit back, relax, and I get to have the champagne, the dining on demand. I've got the showers on the plane with Emirates anyway, not with these other shitty airlines that are smaller. And I just love traveling. I'm sorry. Even if there were no women on the other side, I still just like traveling. But that's just how I feel about it. Okay, so at the very root of your flight is the hatred of your own women. Well, it's funny that you say your own women because women are quick to tell you, you don't own me. Even if you put that ring on my finger, you don't own me. So when you say your own women, I'm trying to understand if you mean based on skin color, because if it was my woman, then it would be a possessive noun that you're using, which means that not really that I own her because that's a slavery thing, but that she belongs to me in the way that a woman belongs to a man. But as far as these quote unquote modern women are concerned, you don't own me. I'm an independent woman. All the ladies in the day, throw your hands up in the air. That's what I'm dealing with. No, at the basis of my flight is, I'm trying to think of an excellent word. The absolute repulsion from these modern women. Repulsion. I think those are two good ones. Okay, so let me keep going because I'm going to keep on diverting. All right. It's an age-old hatred carried down. Oh, here we go with the slavery shit. Here we go. See, let me tell you something. If you're one of my white supporters and you're one of my white viewers, understand something. When you're a black man in America, you never live this slavery shit down. Now, never mind the fact that white men are disgusted by white liberal feminism to the point where more and more white men are getting passports and traveling to South America or Southeast Asia looking for wives, not just for sex tourism. Despite the fact that more and more white men are getting their passports and going to Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Brazil, Mexico, Colombia, Medellin, Colombia, Dominican Republic. Despite the fact that white men are doing this, black men are the ones who are getting called out on it. And that's the reason why I've been so adamant about attacking the minds of these other people by constantly posting pro-passport bros propaganda. Why should black men be singled out when white men have been doing this shit forever? White men have gone to Japan, South Korea, Thailand. Why should we be singled out? Just because I got black skin, I get singled out? No, fuck that shit. I don't even accept it. I just don't even accept it. See, at a certain point, you reach you reach apathy. Apathy is a state of you don't give a fuck. It really means you don't care. But no, I reached that stage shit back in high school. It's like I realized a long time ago that this country was on its way down. Not only because I heard people saying it, and because I saw, people was always saying, oh yeah, taking away religion, it's making the country more secular and people don't care about God and people are doing more violent things. And that was just that aspect. Then there were other aspects. Crime. People started doing more and more violent things to the point where at that point you have to worry about your property, you have to worry about your safety. I knew a long time ago things were getting more and more fucked up. So basically, as far like there's some people who still believe in community and shit. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it at all. Like that, oh yeah, what about the black community? I don't believe in that shit at all. Okay. I think the black community probably died with Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King as far as I'm concerned. And even they themselves say it. Oh yes, well, integration made us worse. Integration hurt us more than anything. Segregation, we were actually doing better. Well, there's two types of segregation. There's de facto segregation, which is where people just move where they want to move and they separate. And then there's de jure segregation. De jure segregation is unconstitutional, period. So a lot of people, they don't like the fact that integration made it so that you gave men a choice about who they married. Like, for instance, you heard when Clarence Thomas struck down, well, I can't say just Clarence Thomas, it was other justices. When he basically, he was targeted for striking down Roe versus Wade. And the first thing you heard Whoopi Goldberg and all of these black women on The View and all of the rest of these shows, since it's only the black women saying these things aloud, first thing you heard her saying is, oh yeah, well, they should get rid of Loving versus Virginia or whatever. And then your wife and you will look at each other and like, oh, well, we're not married no more. This is what I live with every fucking day being a black male in America. I divested from you people a long time ago. The only reason I'm still here is the money. And I'll just say it just like that with as much force as I can say it. I divested from you a long time ago. My fate, my path has nothing to do with you. My money, my resources, my cars, my wealth, my houses, that's got nothing to do with you. That's just it. One of the beautiful things about being an American is independence. All the ladies imitating, throw your hands up in the air. Yes, independence. I don't answer to any fucking body at all about what I do with mine. My cars, my houses, my money, my dick. I don't get dick policed. I do whatever I want to do. That's the American spirit. Just like you're watching right now with Queen Elizabeth, you got all these people talking all this shit about, oh yeah, well, she's a racist and a monarch and this, that. And I'm an American. I don't bow to nobody. Maybe Jesus and God, if I ever met him. I don't bow to no fucking body. Ever. We don't bow. Obama went over there with that bullshit and he bowed. That shit really stung me. It really did. I was like, wait a minute, you're not supposed to bow to these motherfuckers. These people are beneath us. I'm diverting way too much. But that's the spirit of America. Never, like these people are busy talking about January 6th. The spirit of this country is independence. The spirit of this country is non-compliance. So anyway, I'm diverting too much. I gotta get back to this fucking story because this. All right, anyway. Okay. Where was I? Let's see. Flight is the hatred of your own women. It's an age-old hatred carried down from slavery, which purposefully projected your women as unfeminine, masculine, and unworthy to be treated with docility. So wait a minute. Wait. Never. Well, okay, now let me keep going because otherwise I'm going to divert. Hold on. Okay, okay, okay. Lots of lies and half truths being told. Let me tell you something. The only lies and half truths are the ones that are being caught on camera. Those are the lies and half truths. And guess what? They're all true. I have seen you all reject loving, caring, feminine, and beautifully black American women travelers. Listen, lady, listen. I actually mentioned this when I was talking about that passport bros. And when I travel and I'm overseas, I'm a wealthy American black male in Thailand or Philippines or whatever it is. Those women over there respect and appreciate wealthy men. Not only, and because I'm not going to front, some of those women are in it for the money. Some of those women want to get with the dudes because they see that the dude's rich. They see that basically they're leveraging sex against the man. But then again, that's pretty much all relationships. That's the only way a woman that manages to get her hands in a man's wallet is to leverage sex against him. But some of those women are in it for the money and the relationship. Some of those women want a foreign man just because he's a foreign man, not even for the money. Some of those women, and you think about it, a lot of those women, their own men don't want them because of whatever reason. For example, in China, you reach 30 years old, you're not married, you don't have any children, you're called a leftover woman, shengyu. Now, American guy goes over there and meets a 30 or 35-year-old Chinese woman. He will see her totally different than the Chinese man will see her. American man goes to Philippines, American man goes to Korea. He's going to see those women totally different than their local men see them. Those women are going to see those men totally different than their domesticated women see them. So the reality is a lot of these hookups and a lot of these marriages happen specifically because those women appreciate something about the men, and those men appreciate something about those women that they weren't getting where they were. Now, the average man right now who's a passport bro understands that dating in America is horrid. They don't trust the women, and rightfully so. A lot of the women don't trust the men either because there's a lot of men who cheat. As far as I've seen, a lot of these men aren't real men. A lot of these are fucking boys playing PlayStation 5 all goddamn day and sitting in their drawers playing Madden and fucking NFL 2K and shit, not making that money. I will give you that. I'll give you that point. A lot of these dudes aren't trustworthy. A lot of these dudes are not manly and they're not doing what they got to do. I'll give you that. But the issue is, women, modern women, I should say, have done everything they could to make themselves as repulsive as they could possibly be. It's on a level of Medusa repulsiveness. That's where the level is. So I don't like. First of all, the men are telling you, like they're literally telling, oh yeah, well when I take her out on a date, she doesn't appreciate it, or she's just used. Like they had a study where women openly came out and said that they use men for food. They literally were using men to go out on dates. There was a study that where the women said that. What are you talking about? About we're turning and by the way, if I go overseas to Thailand or Philippines, I'm not looking for black women, obviously. I'm looking for Filipino women. I'm looking for Thai women. If I go to Colombia, I'm looking for Colombian women. If I go to Dominican Republic, I'm looking for Dominican women. If I go to Puerto Rico, I'm looking for Puerto Rican women. What are you talking about? Do you really think that while I'm over there, I'm looking for y'all? Let me tell you something. In fact, very, very short story, because I'm diverting the fuck out of this story. When I was in China, and I'll be perfectly honest, when I was in China, this was 2002. And I was in Shanghai, student at Fudan University. There were some black girls that I met, and they were students, and they were at a different school. I believe it was Jiao Tong University. And I met them, and I was trying to talk to them. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's hang out one day. And I hung out one day with them, and basically, because I'm a product of the 80s, I feel that like I'm expected to pay for, lunch or dinner or whatever. Like some dudes call that simping. The problem is I'm a product of the 1980s. I'm a millennial product of the 1980s. It's very hard to detune yourself from that chivalry and stuff you're taught. But the bottom line is, the way I felt at the end of hanging out with this, like I felt like she didn't appreciate it. Like she had my number. She never called me back. So I was like, what, to hell with that. I'm gonna date this Chinese girl over here. Chinese girl. I took out this Chinese girl. Every now and then I posted pictures of it. Every now and then. And let me tell you something. We were out, we went to the mall, and I took her out, and basically she understood, like, we were dating. And one time, and I'll never forget this, one time we were at the mall. And we were looking, we were like, not really window shopping, but we're just looking. Not buying anything. I went to the mall specifically because there was this DVD player that I was looking at, because back then DVD player was brand new. And she was noticing the fact, she was paying attention to what I was looking at, and she was like, oh, what kind of shoes do you like women to have? And I was looking at the window, and I was like, yeah, I like those kind of shoes. Because, some women wear ugly-ass fucking shoes. Ugly-ass shoes. Like, I'm a good judge on women's footwear. But some women wear some ugly-ass shoes. Like OJ said, them ugly-ass shoes. And I pointed to, and I was like, yeah, I like these right here. Because I like the way these have this heel, and I like the way they have this pointed boot, and blah, blah, blah. I swear to God, the next day, later in the day, when I came to meet up with her and we were going to go out, she had a pair of shoes on that looked just like the ones that I pointed out. And immediately I was hit. I was like, she actually cares about what I think. Dudes here in America, and if I'm lying, you can fucking post a comment and I won't even delete it. A lot of dudes here feel like women don't care what they think about them. And that's part of this, Kevin Samuels, the fit, feminine, friendly thing. A lot of Americans are not fit. But 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Being feminine and being friendly, even if you can't be 100% fit at that moment, being fit and friendly and feminine go a long way. And the whole time I was with her, she was caring. And let me tell you another story, because I don't tell my personal stories that much until I get on one of these stupid ass manosphere panels and I just ramble. I went to her dorm, and we were in her dorm together, and we were watching DVDs, because back then DVDs were the big new thing. Because you got to remember, this was 2002. This was long before we had digital broadband downloads and shit. Like, you had Napster, but it took hours to get anything done. But anyway, so I'm in her room, and we're sitting there together. We're watching The Godfather. This was before Netflix and chill. So we're watching The Godfather, because I got the DVD, bootlegged DVD, Godfather 1, 2, and 3. So we're watching The Godfather 2. And we're up to that part where Fredo meets the mother's, because she just died, and Michael told Fredo not to come back to the house until her mother died. And then Michael's like, yeah, I want you to kill Fredo, right? And she's like, oh. And she looks at me, she's like, oh, do you want something to drink? I was like, yeah, sure, whatever you got, because she ain't got nothing. There's a Chinese girl in fucking dorm. She ain't got nothing. It was cold in that motherfucker. It was as cold in there as it's going to be this winter, since these Europeans decided to buck back against Vladimir Putin. It's going to be cold this winter. It was freezing in her dorm. The foreign dorm had heat. Her dorm did not. They were literally freezing in those fucking dorms. But anyway, she goes and she gets me a cup of fucking boiling hot water. And I'm thinking to myself, and because it's culture shock. It's like, I'm an American. You don't bring nobody no fucking boiling hot water. She brings me a cup of boiling hot water. Now, I'm expecting her to give me some tea like some tea leaves or something so that I could put it in boiling hot ass water. But all she had, she didn't even have tea. All she had was boiling hot ass fucking water. This had to be like 90 degrees by the time she gave it to me. And she just went right back to sitting down next to me, and we're watching The Godfather. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you know, she's doing the best she can for me. Even though her best, like, I know she's poor. Like, she's like poor. I understand that. But she's doing the best she can. She's doing the best she can. I could never forget that shit. She got me a fucking cup of boiling hot water. And I appreciated it. Because it was the best she could do. And all I ask, do you feel that the women here are doing the best that they can do? I'm not asking for fucking Range Rover. I'm not asking for jewelry. I'm not asking for money. Do you feel that the women here are doing the best that they can do to be feminine and whatnot? Do you feel that way? Because if you say yes, you're lying. Either that or you're blind. I mean, listen, blind people, you know, they don't see what's going on. And deaf people they don't hear what's going on. So, you know. Anyway, where am I? Okay. It's an age-old hatred carried down from slavery, which purposefully projected your women as unfeminine, masculine, and unworthy to be treated with docility. Oh, wait a minute. You mean like Shaniqua out in the street fighting Sharkeisha? You mean that docility? Is that what you're talking about? Let me say this. For all you women who got these high color pink and purple and fucking neon yellow and orange hair, let me say something. Nature has already taught us on an evolutionary level to beware of bright colors on animals because usually they are toxic. Poison dart frogs, neon green. I think they come in purple too, and gold. They got the golden dart arrow frog. When you are making yourself look like that, nature has warned us to beware of bright colors on animals. Humans are animals too, regardless of what you may hear. We're members of the animal kingdom, Animalia, and we are chordates. I remember some of my biology. These nose rings disgust me. These septum rings, I believe they called. Septum rings, they disgust me. I don't care what race, ethnicity you are, those nose rings disgust me. I don't like seeing them. All of those piercings on the ears disgust me. Those people who get those ear piercings where they have a fucking pog or some shit in their earlobe and it stretches out, that disgusts me. There's other things that disgust me, but I'm just thinking about those because those things stand right in the front of my mind. So while you have every right to get your tattoos, which also disgust me, to get your tattoos and to get your nose piercings and your septum, I just want you to understand that, yes, you do have the right to do that, but all it does is make you less feminine. Now, I didn't tell you to go out and get it. You went out and did it yourself, knowing that you were going to get a certain reaction. Now, I don't know. I posted this post. I have to get to this post because I posted this post. It's a perfect poll that I put on my community chat. I have to get to this, but I divert so much that I fear I might not get to it. But I'm going to get to it. Okay, let's see. I have seen you all purposefully get in the gaze of a Black American woman travelers. This is obvious subject-verb disagreement. I have seen you all purposefully get in the gaze of Black American female travelers. That's how you should word that. This is horrible subject-word agreement. The subject-verb agreement is terrible. Okay, who is minding who is minding her business so that you can show off having a foreign woman in front of her with the intentions of hurting her? How does a stranger walk in front of you with their side piece and hurt your feelings? If you're that, what's the word? They always use this, women use this word against men, and my mind is blocking it right now. If you are that, not uncomfortable, there's another word, it's going to come to me. If you are that not insensitive, oh shit, why is my mind blocking this word? You know what it is? This guy is running a fucking engine outside. I can't concentrate. If you are that, what is the word? God damn it, it'll come back to me. It means that you're, oh yes, yeah. How can I block this? If you're that insecure that just somebody walking with somebody else around you, because black women use that same thing on black men who are dating white women. Here's the trick though. Now the white women have gotten so bad in America that not only don't the white men want them, but the black men don't want them either. So what are we doing? We're getting our passports. We're going to Dominican Republic. We're going to Sosua. We're going Ricky Martin land. We're going to Puerto Rico. Going to Medellin, Colombia. That's how, let me tell you something. This is not a black or white issue. The white men are disgusted with liberal feminism to the point where they're going to Southeast Asia and they're going to South America. From what I can see, black men aren't that anxious to go to Southeast Asia, but they're going to South America, Costa Rica, and all these countries. I haven't been to South America yet. I'm not interested. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll go down there someday and everything will be perfect. It'll look beautiful. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, most of South America is a drug war zone. And listen, that's discrimination. I understand. That's prejudice. It's just that I know China and I know Southeast Asia. And I know South Korea and I know Japan. I feel more comfortable in Asia. That's just how I feel. I feel peaceful in Asia. A lot of black men are going to South America. No problem. Okay, fine. You do what you do. If you want your big bubble butt Brazilians, fine by me. But I prefer Southeast Asia. I'm sorry. So, where are we? Who is minding her business so that you can show off having a foreign woman in front of her with the intentions of hurting her. So what's your excuse for that? Well, listen, listen, if I'm with somebody and they're with me and you just happen to see us or we're in front of you like in line or something and that's happened to me before because I've had girlfriends who were not like me, racially, ethnicity, and we've been around other black people and I could tell that they were talking and all that, but I didn't give a shit. And I just didn't care. And that not only was, but that's just what it is. It's like, listen, if you're so insecure that you can't handle it, that's your problem. Don't go. If that's your problem, not mine. Your feelings are not my concern. They're not. When I say divestment, I mean it. So what's this next one? So what's your excuse for that? I sense hatred in these videos. Really? Man, I tell you, I never would have imagined that any of my videos would have ever conveyed a sense of hatred. I mean, when I think back to my videos and I talk so lovingly about Honda Accords and Nissan Altimas and Maximas, and I talk about how I feel about Priuses, and when I talk about how I feel about the people who buy these vehicles and then abuse them, I never would have imagined that anything that I said would have conveyed a sense of hatred. I never imagined it. I never imagined it. Where am I? Foreign women in front of her. I sense hatred in these videos, despite the professional tone masking your comments. Well, my dear, you don't know anything about me, but I can tell you this. I have 1 bachelor's of science and I have 2 master's degrees in science. I spent time in China learning Mandarin. I spent time in China learning business courses in China. And I've traveled pretty much most of the world, places that most people will never go. And I am not finished yet. I intend to do at least maybe 3 more vacations, but the next one is Bora Bora. And after that, I don't really know where I want to go after that. But I might go to Australia, and I wanted to go to Argentina. But I wanted to go to Argentina and Uruguay. But those places are so fucked up right now because of these liberals and the economy that the Argentinian prime minister nearly got her head blown off by somebody in the crowd 2 weeks ago. So to tell you the truth, as much as I'd love to go there, I just don't know if I want to go there if there's civil unrest. Now, as far as the professional tone masking my hate that you're saying, well, one thing you have to understand is, as a business owner who deals mostly in finances, a lot of times I have to deliver information to people who I can tell either A, aren't paying attention to what I'm telling them to do, B, aren't going to listen to me, or C, I have to argue with people who want to argue with me that I'm wrong, and I know that I'm not wrong. I know that I'm right, and I can prove that I'm right, but because they are so arrogant, I have to argue with them. And unfortunately, when you're a business owner and you want to keep your clients, you have to mask your anger, you have to mask your feelings at the immediate moment, and you just have to sit back, relax, let them vent, and you have to hold on to your, like you want to attack them, but you can't. I've dealt with that so many times. I think I'm getting great at it. And by using a large number of pedantic words, believe me, I can mask my feelings very, very well. Tone, delivery, I'm excellent at those. I should be an actor. Where are we? How have you done the work of addressing your own turmoil? Well, let me answer that question. In order to address my own turmoil, I took $200 out of my wallet and I went and I got my passport. And then I went to Asia and settled in to the peace. A lot of those people are Buddhists over there. They are quiet. They're peaceful. They're not running around screaming all fucking day on the train, the bus, in public. They're not twerking up a storm every 5 minutes, twerking on tables and shit. They're peaceful and they're quiet. I like peace. I like quiet. I like meditation. I don't know if you ever took Taekwondo or Shotokan karate before. Meditation, quiet, peace. Those are things I don't get here. Because just like you saw a few minutes ago, I got motherfuckers making noise as they pass by my house with these stupid shit cars. I don't get that peace here. I get that peace elsewhere. So when you say, how have I dealt with my own turmoil? I got $200 and I got my passport. That's all. And believe me, when I retire, that's what it is. So anyway, many of these comments are sickening. And in regards to how Stella got a group, did I mention Stella got a? Because to tell you the truth, I saw that movie, but I didn't pay enough attention to it so that I could quote it. Usually when I want to make sarcastic comments, I do the Beyonce song. I think you must be talking about other people because I don't remember saying anything about Stella. I could be wrong, but I don't remember saying anything about Stella got a groove back. All right. Black American men were marrying and traveling overseas before that book or movie even came out. Wait a minute. I thought Stella got a groove back was about a black woman going to like the Caribbean. Because I think that was like Angela Bassett or something. All right. Anyway, maybe someday I'll watch that movie and I'll watch the whole thing. I'll sit down with my girlfriend or something and we'll just get some popcorn and do the Netflix and chill thing. But anyway, Please stop your lies. Let me tell you something, dear. One of the reasons why I am getting my iPhone 14 1 terabyte is because the camera in that thing is going to be spectacular. And the beauty about when you go overseas and you're posting videos and you're showing everybody here what they're missing, you can never say that that's a lie simply because it's on fucking tape. That's why I love YouTube so much. It's because when people see shit on videotape, not these fake ass crypto gurus, but when you videotape live shit and it's just happening and it's organic, that ain't no lie, dear. That's the reality. When y'all are getting in fights on the bus and the train and pulling each other's hair and running the streets, Sharkeisha and Shaniqua and all that, that's true too. People are recording you. People are seeing how you act towards your men. People are seeing how you act towards other women. That's all truth. That's not made up, dear. That's the truth. When it's recorded on videotape and it's not acting, it happened that way. It's not a lie, my dear. And as for you talking about ignoring women and stuff in other countries, listen, I didn't fly 9,000 miles to meet an American woman, okay? That's just stupid. I don't fly 16 hours nonstop on Philippine Airlines to come see you. That's just stupid. I didn't fly, what is it? Where am I going next? Well, I know Singapore. I'm going to plan on going to Singapore. I'm going to do business class on Singapore Airlines. Hopefully I can get on the A380 or at least the A350 ultra long range because that's a nonstop flight. Bottom line is, I'm not going to fly 24 hours to Singapore to come see you. That's not happening because that's just stupid. Anyway, where are we? Please stop your lies. And then many of you are, and see, you're lumping me in with everybody else. Not that I really care, but, and then many of you are traveling to other nations, lie and complain about your own women to these other women. Dear, listen, my dear. What we're saying to these other women, that's not lies. That's the truth. Not only that, but these women see you. When they're watching TikTok, they're watching your videos. They see you. They see how you act. They see you fighting each other. They see you pulling each other's hair. They see you taking rocks and kicking in windshields. I was at my barber a couple of years ago. There was some kind of arrest going on across the street. And there were cops. And they were there doing an activity. They were arresting somebody. Right next to my barber's barbershop, there was this Shaniqua, or whatever you want to call it, Keisha, Shaniqua, whatever. For whatever reason, she felt that even though the cops are right across the street, that she could walk up to this other, I think it was her boyfriend. Honestly, you can't quote me. I think it was her boyfriend, and he had a falling out with her. The cops are standing across the street doing their thing. She goes up to this dude's car and bashes in the fucking window in front of the cops. So what do you think happened next? Cops came over. One cop put his hand on his gun as if he's going to draw it, points at her, stop moving, don't move, put your hands above your head, and they arrested her ass. Guess what? These videos, you think that just us on Instagram and Facebook see this shit? No. The entire fucking world sees what an embarrassment you are. I don't have to lie. I don't have to. I got a Chinese friend right now who, when these violent shits and things happen, she's texting me because she sees the viral videos and she's asking me, why did they do this? And why does this happen? And what's going on? And I have to, as an American, I explain this shit to her. No, nobody's lying on you. We got videotape going back for years. iPhone came out in 2007. We got videotape going back to 2007 at least. Nobody's lying on you. This is you. And if it ain't you, it's somebody who looks like you. So my thing is, the only thing you can do is be the best person you can be so that when people meet you, the one thing in their mind is, well, at least she's not like them. That's how it is. That's just the reality we live with. Okay, where am I? You soak. What? Wait. I think I skipped something. Please stop your lies. And then many of you are traveling to other nations, lie and complain about your own women to these other women. Many of you exploit the energy of your own women and do not reciprocate it back. I don't even know what she's talking about there. Many of you exploit the energy of your own women? What? The energy? What? What are you talking about? You soak black American women and still I rise. No, wait. You soak black American women dry. No, dear. You mean suck them dry. You suck them dry. You don't soak. When something soaks, it picks up water. Anyway, black American women dry and give their energy to other women. Really? That's a new one. And you have the gall. Oh, man, I was using that word this morning because I was thinking back to something that happened, and I was using that word. The gall to state that they are not feminine. Shame on you. Well, listen, okay, wait, hold on. The tattoos, the septum rings, the ear piercings, the stank attitudes, what's another good one? I don't know, the shoestring hair and shit. I don't consider any of feminine. I'm sorry, dear. And I didn't suck your energy away. You gave your energy away, and you asked nothing for it from the pookie that you were messing with. And once you had nothing left, now you're bitter. Okay, where are we? Shame on you. If you don't want to do the work of healing from you anti-black American women hatred and disdain, there's some serious subject-verb problem here. If you don't want to do the work of healing from you anti-black American women hatred and disdain, then just go. Don't worry, I'm going. Don't worry. This passport's got plenty of pages left, dear. Okay. However, just be honest about how you hate your own women, wherever they are, and even when they are not the stereotypes you have repeated about them to the world. I didn't tell them anything about you. You told them about you with those videotapes, all those TikToks, all those Facebook videos of Sharkeisha, all of those IG videos where you were acting lascivious. You will never catch me showing my ass on Instagram. You will never catch me fighting another girl on Facebook. You will never catch me on TikTok doing anything. I can promise you that. I uninstalled TikTok, honestly. You won't catch me on any of that. Bottom line is, I didn't tell them anything. You did. You did. Not me. You did. Okay. See, I feel I have to read this entire thing because she literally sat down and typed all of this shit out. So I really feel that I have to read the whole thing. Okay, wait. All right. However, just be honest about how you hate your own women, wherever they are. And even when they are not the stereotypes you have repeated about them to the world. Just be honest about that and keep Black Americans, women, wait, Black American women's identity out of your verbiage. Let me tell you something, dear. And let me tell you this to every black man, and let me tell you this to every black woman who hears the sound of my voice. I'll talk about whoever the fuck I want, when I want, however I want. As an American, I have this thing called the First Amendment. It's freedom of speech, freedom of expression. My verbiage includes anything that comes to mind at all. I don't know what bullshit liberal arts college or university you went to. I don't know what cultural diversity class you sat through. I don't know what sociology class you sat through. I don't know what feminist run liberal arts course you sat through. But whoever told you that this fucking bullshit that you run in these schools works on the street, they lied to you. I will say whatever, whenever, however, why ever. And that's just that. That's the law. That's my law. And that's it. So anyway, stop lying about those deeper reasons. I'm not lying about the deeper reasons. I'm fucking telling you, but you're not listening. So if you don't listen, that's your problem. Stop lying about those deeper reasons. You are not conveying the entire reality, sir. I'm stating this because other people need to hear the entire story when they come to channels such as these. And that lie about wanting Black American women in their 20s, 30s, and so forth is just a lie. Just that, a lie. Well, to tell you the truth, and I'm going to just tell you from my perspective, no, that's actually not a lie. Older Black men want younger Black women because older Black women have nothing to offer older Black men. That's part of the reason why older Black men get their passports, because they can go to other countries and get younger women. The skin color is not really the issue. The issue is that liberal feminism is destroying you. It's ruining you. Your 20s, and this has been true since shit back to the Bible days. Your early 20s is the most important part of your entire reproductive life. But what you've chosen to do is you've chosen to go to these schools, to sit in these schools, to drive up student loan debt, and you've chosen to give up your youth and your motherhood to these schools. Kevin Samuels was 100% right about that. Women escape to the schools because of the structure that they're not getting elsewhere. If y'all want to stay in these schools and get all these master's degrees and all these PhDs and shit and end up $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in debt, just like the woman I pointed out in that other video that I did about student loans, because I'm not finished talking about student loans. I love this shit. I fucking live for this shit. If you want to give up your youth and your womanhood and not marry in your early 20s, then you're taking a huge risk that by the time you're in your 30s and your 40s, men aren't going to want you. Or you're taking, now, and by the way, I believe in marriage before carriage. The problem that I see is, and I won't blame women for this, and I won't blame men for this. The economy is so screwed up that it's thrown us off of balance completely. The reality is older men have more to offer younger women. That's just the reality. Now, the problem is that men who are your age, they don't reach their stride. They don't reach their economic maturity until they're about 30, 35. The problem is men who are about 30, 35 are reaching their economic maturity. But at 30 and 35, women are basically reaching the end of their maternal abilities. because as you know, like menopause and stuff comes a little bit later and you run out of eggs and all that. The reality is women and men are not on the exact same sexual market value peak. Women get peaked in 20 through 25. The problem is a man as a provider reaches his peak between 30 and 35. I'm not blaming women for this. This is nature. We are living in an economy that does not favor the way it just needs to be. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. So what ends up happening is, just like one of my uncles, this dude was 45? He went to Dominican Republic. He got him a chick 14 years younger. She was exactly my age. And they have, to this day, they are married. They were married since 2011. Got 3 kids. They live rich. Let me tell you something. It's easy for somebody to say rich. Let me tell you what rich is when I say they live rich. They've been married since 2011. She has a job. He's retired. They got the biggest house on the fucking block. I kid you not. I swear to God. They got the biggest house on the block, biggest land on the block, 3 kids, involved in school, PTA, all that. They do their little kids, those things like dance and all that stuff and gymnastics and all that stuff. He's happy as a clam. But before my uncle decided to go to DR, because I have a couple uncles. I got 5 uncles. Before this uncle decided to go to DR and meet this woman, he was, as I've pointed out before when I talk about black men suffering from Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's stages of grief and anomie, this black man was lonely. He was angry all the time. He's always talking shit. He's always angry. And he knew that he would never, and he's not a bad looking man. And he got money, got a house all by himself. And he knew black American women, he just didn't trust them, didn't want nothing to do with them. And it's not his fault. I'm not going to blame him for it. It's just that at his age, he said, nah, I don't want a woman from here, especially at my age. And it would be creepy because you know what y'all do when men try to get slightly younger women. Y'all attack them just like y'all are doing to Leonardo DiCaprio. And I think you kind of did it to Tom Cruise, but really right now it's all about Leonardo DiCaprio. So what he did, he went to Dominican Republic. Chick was 14 years younger. He got her. They had 3 kids. They've been married since 2011. How long has your marriage lasted? Have you even been married? Most of the marriages that I know, because of the way modern women, liberal feminism is, most of these marriages, these things don't last 2 fucking years. They don't last 4 years. If you're lucky, they might get to 5 years, but most of the time they don't. And that's assuming you got married. So the reality is, nobody's got to lie. This is real. Nobody's got to fucking lie. Nobody's lying. All right, here we go. You are not conveying the entire reality, sir. Okay, I got past that point. Let me keep going. And that lie about wanting black American women in their 20s, that's not a lie. No, black men want younger black women, but they can't get them, so they get their passport, or they marry a non-black woman. Okay, let's see. There are many of our sisters waiting on you all to love them. I don't think there are. Most of the black men and you know what? I've heard this from black women. Most of the black men who do propose to them, they turn them down. I know black women specifically who've thrown it in my face when I hit with the Kevin Samuels talking points, because I know how to strike nerves and I know how to do it real well. But they say, oh, no, I've been proposed to numerous times, but I turned it down. I'm like, who the fuck are you celebrating that? Are you proud of that? If a guy proposes to you, which I think, and most of this manosphere, these red pillars think that that's the stupidest fucking thing that he could do. He was basically trying to submit to you for marriage. That's how a man submits to a woman. First of all, let me tell you this. The geologist part of me knows that diamonds are worthless. But even I know that if you ask a woman to marry you, she's going to demand a fucking diamond ring. And the television and Zales and these commercials, they've put it into people's minds that you have to have a big diamond ring. I know diamonds are worthless. They are made of pure carbon, just like graphite and a fucking pencil. Inside the earth, if you go deep inside the earth, diamonds are the size of buildings. But I also know that if I propose to a woman, she's going to demand a diamond ring. I know I have no choice but to get a fucking diamond ring. That's submission. If a man does propose, he knows that he has to get that ring, and he knows that he's probably got to pop a question either to the father, the mother, or whatever, or however it works in your family, your ethnicity. I really don't know, because some of y'all have different cultures and shit. You'll come from like Africa, you'll come from the Caribbean. I don't know about all those people. Bottom line is, the man knows that he has to waste his money on a fucking diamond ring. So this guy goes to Zales, gets this diamond ring, proposes to you, and you turn him down? And y'all throw that shit in our faces. If we ask, how many times have you been proposed to? You throw it in, oh, I've been proposed to numerous times. I don't believe you. Oh, these women are waiting. Where are they? Are they on a talk show? Like, where are they? I don't see them. All I see is strags. That's what I see. That's what I see. Masculine women at war with men. And most of these men have been feminized because they've been brought up in single mother households. They've literally been feminized. So no, I'm sorry, I don't believe you. Maybe you're telling the truth, but I just don't believe it. I'm sorry. There are many sisters waiting on you to love them, care for them, and be providers. They have put you all first, even to their own detriment. What? Put them first. When you say put them first, you mean argued with them? You mean not been fit, feminine, or friendly? You mean not offered submission of any type? If a man can submit to you, you can't submit. And then I'm on the breakdown, and I'll provide a link to it, and you've got a feminist talking about women are losing in marriage because they're slaves in marriage. That is your modern feminism. Your modern feminism believes that women are slaves because they're married. Now, the man who's going out there trying to earn as much money as he can because he equates earning money with manhood and coming home and trying to provide for a family, only to find out that his wife might be cheating on him because he's out working too long and she got horny. What do you call that? Let me let you in on a little secret. The men here don't trust you. And I'm not going to just lay it on the women, because I know a lot of the men cheat too. I know there's also a lot of women out there who throw themselves at married men. I know there's a lot of women out there who find men who are in relationships and throw themselves into it. So, whatever. It's like, you people do your own thing. I've divested. I've divested. You've got nothing for me. So wait, where am I? At the core. Wait. Care for them and be providers. Wait. They have put you all first to their own detriment. Stop only painting part of the picture. At the core, for many of you alls, you could have said y'alls, but anyway, of y'all. Well, wait. At the core, for many of y'all's flight, because this subject-verb agreement is throwing me the fuck off. Okay. Of y'all's flight is hatred of your own women. And you are unwilling to work through that. You don't care to. There are women from your culture living in these countries who are adventurous. Well, no, but I didn't fly there to meet you. Who are adventurous, fun-loving, generous, giving, appreciative, feminine, educated, hardworking, and other traits. And yet you all will ignore abso-fucking-lutely. I didn't fly to Thailand to see you. I didn't fly to Philippines to see you. I didn't fly to Japan to see you. I didn't fly to South Korea to see you. I didn't fly to China to see you. I didn't fly to Colombia to see you. I didn't fly to Dominican Republic to see you. I didn't fly to Puerto Rico to see you. I didn't fly. I think you get the picture. Okay. Where am I? And yet you will ignore them with a quickness. I have seen it. I'm sure you have. A woman is feminine when she is being properly cared for and loved on. How many of you passport holders have loved on your own women? Another question. How did you win this summer? Oh my God. How did I win this summer? Lady, this video that you're watching right here, let me tell you something. This video is about 3 hours. Well, see, this portion of it that I took for this video was only 42 minutes. However, when I was not really the summer, but right before the summer, when I go on vacations, I usually travel for a month at a time. So I like to go July. I usually don't really go in August, but I usually go in July. Next year, I definitely got to do July. How did we win? Passport bros got their passports. They were everywhere. They were in Colombia. They were in Dominican Republic. They were in Puerto Rico. They were in... You get the picture. Zoom to Thailand. There's a dude who has a YouTube, check in effect. CZ, because it's Czech Republic. Check in effect. How did we win? While the rest of these black men were here and they had nothing to do, no passport, and they were here, and they were dry this summer. They were dry. You know what I'm talking about. They were dry this summer. This summer was particularly hot, and it was particularly dry. While these men, all these fine, upstanding black men, were home this summer, they were sitting on these computers. They were sitting on PlayStation 5. No girlfriend, no wife, unfulfilled. And believe me, they were dry. Ramil on his channel, he asked the question, is it really that dry out here? To which I responded to Ramil, it really is that dry out here. It's dry. Now, I'm not going to tell you when I say dry. I'm going to let you figure out what I mean when I say dry. But let me tell you something. When you've got a good woman, you ain't dry. Can you hear the dryness in my voice? It's parched. Parched. Do you mind if I have some of your tasty beverage to wash this burger down with? Let me tell you something. For most of these dudes, it was dry. These dudes, 30s, 40s, they should all be married. More and more black men are not married. And a lot of the ones who are married find themselves back and forth in child support, fighting fucking, family court, or fighting a divorce, or fighting child support through the divorce. But let me tell you something. It was dry. It was dry. You know the opening of Star Wars where they on Tatooine? It was dry. Let me tell you, it was dry for some of these guys. Not me, because I did the smart thing. I got my passport, got my in-house. I don't know if you know what I'm saying, but let me tell you something. When you got that in-house, you ain't dry. But for a lot of these dudes, they were dry this summer. Passport bros were wet. The passport bros were all the way where it was wet. It was wet. Let me tell you something. When you got a good chick and she's your girlfriend, married to you, she's your in-house, let me tell you something, it gets wet. Let me tell you, oh my goodness, let me tell you how wet it gets. It gets wet. But for most of these other dudes, for the dudes who weren't passport bros, it was dry. It was dry. I can't even tell you how dry it was. Did you see that new movie, Dune? Where they're on a planet and the people are so dry that they have to have special spacesuits that literally suck the water in from their body that they normally would lose, recycles it, and reintroduces it to their body. In fact, as far as I know, they can't even take a shit on Dune without the water being sucked out of the poop. And it comes out dry. And the only way they survive is there's like sandworms that are eating something and they produce spice, and the spice helps them to pilot the spaceships. If you watch Dune, you'll see what I'm talking about when I say it was dry this summer for these dudes who didn't have their passports. Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a secret. The dudes that listen to me and the dudes that listen to these other passport bros, they got their passports. They picked a country of their choosing. Let me tell you something. When they got over to those other countries, and those Colombianas, and those Dominicanas, and those Filipinas, and those everything else, them ties, them thick ties, them thighs, them ties. Let me tell you something. These dudes weren't dry no more. They were wet. They were wet. Let me tell you something. Apple has a new watch that when you get wet, the watch tells you just how deep you actually are. That's how wet you get when you got your passport. You get wet. You understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you ask me how the passport bros won this summer, well, I want you to take a look at how dry these American men were. And I want you to take a look at how wet these passport bros were. And then you'll understand the answer to your question. That's my answer. While I was in Maldives, just like in this video that I was running, I was wet. Every single day. Wet. Not dry. Wet. I was quite wet. I was so wet that, sometimes you get up, you be like, God damn, I'm wet. I got to get up and change these sheets. I got to get up and change my clothes because I'm wet. How did I get so wet? That's how we won this summer, okay? I hope you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so let's hurry up and finish this because I'm getting tired now. Okay, how many of the passport holders have loved on your women? Another question, how did you win this summer? Did you get a nation or system of your own when traveling? Think on a nation or a system? What the fuck are you talking about? Did you get a nation or system of your own? Huh? I don't even understand that comment. Think on that. How many of you all have done the work in making Black America her own power? First of all, dear, I hate to burst your bubble. I'm getting fucking tired now. Your bubble. I hate to burst your bubble. It's like with a comment like that, I barely even know how to respond. I guess parts of my brain are starting to go to sleep because it's 12:45. Okay, let me just say it like this. Black America doesn't really exist. I'll just say it like that. What you have is white America, and you have black people in it. white America has decided to commit suicide by going feminist and by, how should I say, replacing themselves with people who are willing to work harder than they are. Now, you may hear about this. It's called replacement theory. I don't call it replacement theory. I call it replacement fact. Within the last census, it actually said white America is shrinking. Hispanic America is growing. Black America only grew a small amount. And Asian America is growing. It's not replacement theory. It's replacement fact. It is a fact. The census said so. Even they know by 2050, they are going to be a minority for sure. Most likely to Hispanics, not to blacks. Blacks are not growing. Why? Because black American women have been co-opted by white liberal feminism. And I will say this as many times as I have to say it until people understand it. Black men are at war with black women. Feminism is at war with the patriarchy. War does not have to be what you see going on in Russia, where you've got the Su-25 frog foot launching those rockets at those Ukrainian emplacements. No. War means we are right. W-A-R. We are right. What it is the ultimate battle of ideologies. It's like playing Mortal Kombat, the video game. One of you wins, the other one has to go. Whether you fatality them or you knock them into the pit, the bottom line is this war of ideology has come down to feminism versus patriarchy. Black American women have allowed themselves to be co-opted by white liberal feminism, which is using them for votes against black men. Now, as a black man, and as somebody with an IQ that has been tested to be genius level, although I do not put much faith into IQ tests because I believe they're biased, the simple fact is, I recognized this a long time ago because I understand war. That's what it is. Especially if you're a chess player. You understand consequences. You understand the future possibilities, future consequences. And when you understand that and you accept that fact and you understand that this liberal feminism is literally at war with the patriarchy that literally built the country, that's when you understand where I'm coming from. When you understand what I say, when I say black American women are being used against black American men, that's when you'll understand what I'm talking about. When I say that you are doing everything, and now I can finally get to it because I'm at the end. When I say that you are literally doing everything you can to be as undesirable as possible. I did a little poll not very long ago. And where is it? I did a poll a little while ago. I had to see, South Korean women are winning. She's winning. So anyway, I did a poll. Filipino women are winning. She's winning. I did a poll not too long ago. Where is it? Kim Kardashian is not winning. Okay, so where's that fucking poll? It's here somewhere. I got so much stuff in my community chat. I'm gonna have to work on that. Putin's winning. America and Europe are freezing this winter. Well, no, not really America. Putin, Europe is going to freeze. Parts of it. Where is that poll? It's here somewhere. This lady's winning. She's winning. Let's see. Where's that poll? This guy, you see this guy with this South Korea, this passport pride worldwide. You see him? He's winning. He is wet. He's not dry. She's winning too. Where's that poll? Oh, here it is, 2 days ago. The poll was, it appears to me that modern women are determined to make themselves as undesirable as possible. When they figure out what men are attracted to, they ruin it upon themselves. Which feature have they worked hardest to ruin? By the way, simp men have had their expectations lowered to the point they are okay with all these ruined assets. Smart men get their passports. So then I just did a poll, and I like polls because this is like democracy right here. This, the country is a republic, but this is democracy right here. This is the democratic process where we take votes. Which did men find to be the thing that turned them off the most? Body count. 43% out of 139 votes. The next up is plastic surgery, 29%. The next up is tattoos, 14%. Next is real hair, 11%. And the last thing is excessive piercings. So I guess some people really don't care that much about piercings. But I wanted to do this poll because I wanted to test. And I noticed I didn't say black women. I said modern women. Because we're not just talking about black women. We're talking about white liberal feminism that has infected every single woman in this country. It doesn't even matter if they're Asian. It really doesn't. Because they're all doing the same shit. And I thought to myself, I said, I wonder which one of these things disgusts men the most. There's your answer right there. So while you've tried to turn it into a racial thing, the only reason why it's a racial thing is because I have a skin color. If I was a white person, it wouldn't really matter to me at all. It would just be me as a white man saying, fuck this, I'm going to Asia and getting a wife. It would just be that simple. No blackness, no whiteness, no none of that. But yes, I did this poll. This is how it turned out. And whether you accept it or not, this is just it. So the bottom line, dear, whether you choose to respond or not, and I am going to tag you in this video because I want you to see this. Whether you respond or not is your prerogative. I don't even mind doing a one-on-one, what is that thing called? Not really a panel because that requires other people, but I could do a panel with you. But the bottom line is, because listen, I know there was a lot of subject-verb disagreements that you'd like to work on, and you could help clarify some of that stuff. But the bottom line is, this is what's happening. More and more men are aging. They are single, unmarried, and childless. I went through this in a different video, but it's affecting white men and it's affecting black men too. It's not as much affecting Hispanic men and it's not as much affecting Asian men because their culture pretty much keeps their women submissive enough where they can be a submissive husband to their wife and their wife is submissive to them. You're not going to see much of these problems in Islam. They keep that shit locked down, and I got to give them their credit. But here in America, it's not like that because of, personal freedom and independence and all that. I don't even feel like singing the Beyonce song again because my throat is a little bit dry right now. It's a little dry. But bottom line is this. This is happening. This is real. You can easily ignore what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with that because you can do whatever you want. Bottom line is, my logic is undeniable. You see exactly what I see. You just see it from a different perspective. If you're so insecure about seeing men that you're probably interested in getting foreign women and practicing exogamy and meeting women outside of the race or outside of ethnicity, if you're that insecure, the only thing I can recommend to you is that either you get better or that you do better. That's all I can really recommend. You just can't force anybody to do anything nowadays. You can't force them to do anything. So that's all I'm saying. But the bottom line is, that's just what it is. I had to respond to your question, and a simple comment would not have done. I think I've gone longer than an hour because that's how much energy I had for this question because it was such a long question. But hopefully you'll see this. And if you have because I don't really like having to type all this shit because it takes a long time, and I'm lazy. I'm sorry. I'd rather talk it out because I'm verbose. So if you want to do a one-on-one, if you want to do the panel thing where it's just one-on-one and there's other people listening, just let me know, because I don't mind doing it. Because I sat through the breakdown, a woman's perspective, where I had to sit there and listen to this feminist fucking bullshit. And she ran her fucking mouth, went unchallenged. She brought up all these innuendos, lies, and all this bullshit. And nobody was able to challenge her. So the thing about it is, not only am I going to tag her in this video, and she's probably going to say, yeah, I don't care, I'm not going to read. No problem. She's already lived her life and worn herself out, because at this point she's basically worthless and invisible to men in general. But all I can say is, if you're actually young, what you need to do is you need to understand how men feel. You need to listen to them, because they are in a state of grief over women. They are dry. And they are suffering from enemy. Just like I said in one of my other videos, I don't know if you saw it, and I broke it down. But you cannot dismiss what men are saying anymore. You can't dismiss it. Because now, see, the problem, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to stop because it's goddamn near 1 o'clock. Problem with men are evolved to fight. Men are evolved to kill. Men are evolved for warfare on a physical level. The problem with men is they are not evolved for warfare on the verbal level. They're not designed to go back and forth with women in conversations. When they're back and forth arguing with women, they shut down. They shut down. Either they can ramp up the violence, or they can ramp up their talking points, or whatever. But the problem is, they're not designed to fight women. This is a war that they're not prepared to fight. I, however, understand what they're up against. So I understand how they have to fight it. There was a movie in the 80s called War Games. As far as I'm concerned, this is war. War Games teaches you, in that movie, the only way to win is not to play. When you ask me again, why are these passport bros winning? What did they win? What they did was they disengaged from the immediate enemy. They got their passports and they went elsewhere, and they didn't fight. In effect, they shut down and they just left. That was the only way to win. Men are logical, and men consider consequences. If they think that marrying you is dangerous to their wallets, they're not going to want you. They're not going to marry you. If they think that having children with you is dangerous to their livelihoods, if they think that you're going to screw them over, they're going to disengage, and they're going to search for someone who's not going to do that to them. Or, under prejudice, they're going to believe that certain cultures and groups are not going to do things like that to them. Men are hypogamous. Women are hypergamous. That means women date up, men date down. Men want women who want them. Men want women who need them. But you all have told men you don't need them. And then some of you are bold enough to tell men you don't want them. Y'all are singing Beyonce's song. All the ladies in Mercedes, throw your hands up in the air. All the ladies getting money, Now, mind you, Beyonce's married to Jay-Z. And she's telling y'all to be as repugnant and vile and combative and competitive as you can be. So if you want to know where all of this energy, especially with the passport bros, is coming from, that's the best I can break it down for you. And now I'm going to bed.
Black men, black men, black men. I hate to bust your bubble, and I hate to break your delusion, But these women overseas don't want y'all. They want the Chris Browns. They want the Trey Songz. They want the black men that have money. Let me tell you what y'all do. Y'all pretend to be executives. You pretend like you have money. And so because they only see the majority of black folks on camera, y'all go over there with these fake Louis Vuitton bags and these Jordans and your US dollars, and you go over there and you act like you have some money.
No, I'm okay, thank you. I'm okay. No, all right, thank you.